I am San Antonio College Radio. This is the Urban Suite D Major, Cheryl Metal, MPV Vibe in studio. Just discussing things off air. You was kind of explaining the first setup you had at, of all places, True North, which is definitely one of our favorite spots. Shouts out to Eddie and Rose and everyone over there. How was the process of just getting through that first initial set?
So once COVID hit, we were trying to figure out ways to continue to do some things to help us get the brand out, but also help the artists at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, artist interviews, maybe capturing them doing some small performances, even if it is a voiceover. And so shout out to our team and True North for their hospitality. And we were starting to record vibe checks there.
Okay.
And so while we were there, we would ask the artists to perform. So Vibe Sessions was kind of born off of our iPhone. So we would literally take the iPhone, turn on some lights and flash some lights, and the artists would literally just start, performing their music, and we would come back and do the voiceover. You can't find it now. The footage has all been kind of hidden. But so it used to be on YouTube for a long time, but and so we were just kind of telling them Jay Darius and Deshaun J were our very first in studio in Houston live streaming vibe session artists that performed. So we went out and was like, there was a studio there, and Jack and the Bohemian Photography Studios there in Houston was like, well, we have a setup. You guys want to come out and try it out? And we was like, sure. We'll find some artists here and see if they want to go to Houston, and off we all went. So, and it's evolved into the vibe sessions that everybody has been seeing us do. I think we just did our last one during South by Southwest. So, yeah.
Man. Now, how did you two connect with Shadia and Corey Mack to be a part of the team?
So way back, I think I did a panel that I met Shadia at, which was, oh my goodness.
It was the Artist Legit panel.
Oh yeah, so it was an Artist Legit panel, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait, I was sitting on the panel, who was I with? Shout out to Ida, and she was running Artist Legit, or she has Artist Legit, and so we met Shadia, and during COVID we all kind of came together because we were like, okay, we can't do things in person,
right?
So we wanted to start doing interviews, and I was like, I really loved Shadia's energy, how she navigated the conversations, and kind of really drove home certain points, and so we was like, let's reach out and see if Shadia is down. So Shadia came on, we started doing vibe checks, and literally that started on our iPhone, and it evolved into the production that it is. And but along the way, I think Shadia already worked with and knew Corey, and I went to another event, I think, and Corey was there, and we met Corey, and Corey was like, I've really been paying attention to what you guys are doing, and I really like, where you're going, and I really want to come out, meet the team. And he came out to a couple things, and everybody loved his energy, and was like, it was just all coming together, like really, like all the chemistry was just really flowing. And so he started doing the new class interviews, and also we do Vibing in the Streets. So both of them come together and do interviews, and they also both conduct vibe sessions. So they host that, they co-host it and also interview artists during that as well. So but yeah, so that was kind of how we kind of brought them all into the team. So pretty cool
That's awesome. Especially, as both of them do have a great energy.
Yeah.
So to be connected with y'all and help push the brand and everything, that's a great move.
Yeah.
And Corey's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, the energy, and what's really cool about both of them is that they have their unique styles. So depending on what we're looking for, and I know probably not gonna do it justice, but like I know if I'm talking to artists and I'm like, okay, and they're like, hey, I want to get an interview, and I'm trying to get an interview, and I'm like, okay, do you have something new coming out? Do you have a project? Do you want a deep dive? That's gonna be, like line by line, track by track. I'm like, okay, Corey's probably going to be the one that'll do a really good deep dive with you, so you can really go into that creative place. Whereas Shadia is going to be able to tell more about the high level story of the artist and where you came from and
Right.
the origin. And so I was like, it depends on what what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And sometimes they come in and say, oh, I'm looking for a Corey style interview or a Shadia style interview. But both of them they complement each other in a different way, and it's kind of cool to see both of them work together, even when we're doing like promos or whatever. So and they go and work on their scripts together, like, separate, and come back, and they have different perspectives. So it's pretty cool to see it all come together. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That you have both of them with their own style, their own viewpoints, but still come together and
Yeah, they
make
vibe
everything
well,
work.
and Corey just loves Shadia. Like when he was like he just whenever we talk to him, he loves Shadia. He
Yes.
really looks up to her.
shout out to Corey and Shadia, Corey Mack and Shadia Crespo.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Who else do we have on the team that's kind of help run things behind the scenes?
Woo.
We have Brandon Joseph that's
Yes.
behind the cameras.
Yeah.
We also work with Cibolo team.
Yeah, so there's a team out of Cibolo Studios that does a lot of the production. Phenomenal team there as well. And so Trevor, Landis, and the crazy thing is we met them through a vibe session, Landis specifically. They came to Houston to do a vibe session, and they were like, we have a studio in San Antonio. We were like, wait, what? We were like, what? Do you have a studio? He was like, yeah, we have a studio. We could do live streaming, and it worked out that we were able to work there as well. So, and then we also have KP, who also works with us. She kind of helps keep everybody organized. She's our executive assistant. We work with Alamo Colleges. We're part of the Alamo Promise program, where we work with the interns. So we do have 2 interns that currently work with us.
Awesome.
And so shout out to Camry and Ernesto. And they are actually currently working with us through the summer program. So they've been with us now. Ernesto's been with us a little over a year. And Cameron's been with us about a year now. Yeah, both of them. So.
And then we also have DJ Dojo Jeff.
Yep.
Oh, you have Dev?
Yeah.
Shouts out to JoJo Dev.
Yeah.
He's
So, yeah.
Shout out to the Dojo DJs.
Yeah,
up
Dojo
there.
Jeff, we went to school at the Art Institute, and that's how we connected. And ever since then, yeah, we was good.
So
Yeah.
and yeah, we have other people too. We have some people that come in and work with us. So for recruiting and stuff like that too, as we're starting to build our ambassador program.
Yeah, y'all got a solid team on.
Yeah.
I'm glad of everything that y'all doing and showing San Antonio what can be done with artists around here. So we truly appreciate it. And y'all stay tuned. We've got more with MVP Vibe coming up, but we are about to get into a great mix. We're about to go deep in the trenches with DJ Mercury as he brings us another fantastic mix. So do not go anywhere. More coming up, y'all. This is the Urban Suite, KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.